Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading for May 2023. My daughter is an Aquarius moon. This is for Aquarius sun, moon, or rising, by the way, those intuitively guided, or you're here checking up on an Aquarius, whatever brought you, welcome. So my brother is an Aquarius sun and my daughter is an Aquarius moon, so interesting. And she's always been attracted to Aquariuses, so let's go ahead and let's just get into the reading. We're going to use 4 different decks. We're going to use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom. We're going to use the Luminous Tarot to clarify or to go deeper. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot for your main spread, which I've been using all month and just been telling some great stories. I'm going to stick with it. We are going to use our deck of major arcanas just to get like a bullet point of your reading. But let's go ahead and begin. Let's start with Mother Mary. Let's give it a shuffle or two. Most of you know that I do pre-shuffle the cards, but I do like to shuffle with you here also. So, Aquarius, May 2023. What's going on? I feel like there's your card. Maybe 2 cards. Okay. We have prayer. Prayer. Instead of worrying, I pray about this situation to bring about real solutions. Instead of worrying, I pray about this situation to bring about real solutions. Okay. And then we have love. Who just got love? Who just got love? I think it might have been Sagittarius or Capricorn. So anyways, love. Love is the answer to all of my questions. Interesting. So prayer and then love. And we'll read it from the end of the book where the words are really profound. All right, let's bring in our major arcanas and let's get a little bit of a bullet point for our reading. I'm shooting for 3, but whatever wants to come out to a point. These are a little harder to shuffle because there's not a lot of them. Okay, I feel like those are yours. Okay. We have the Devil, card Capricorn. It might have been Capricorn's reading who got the love card, by the way. So some of you may be connected to a Capricorn. We have the Hangman. And then, interesting, we have the Magician. So the Hangman is a pause in action. The Hangman is seeking wisdom on his next step. On her next steps. I like that the Hangman is, like the Hangman is swaying towards a Magician and the Magician is looking back at the Hangman. So I feel like this is definitely something that you may be manifesting. Maybe the time hadn't been right. Then you have the Devil's energy. I can just talk about like the shadows. How do I say this? The devil really speaks about temptation. And I feel like this is someone who's like trying to sway themselves away from that. The Magician is the great manifester. And you can read the Magician sometimes as like the trickster, but that's not what I'm feeling here. And I'm only saying that because it's mirroring the devil. But I think it's talking more about you manifesting something and maybe you've had patience and, now you're like, I want to bring it into my world. All right, well, let's bring in the Psychic Tarot. Give it a couple shuffles. Let's give them a cut and let's get into this. Let's get deep. Let's get answers. Let's get real solutions. We have balance, which is justice. Card of Libra. Really what it is though, I'm seeing that number 11 just like, standing out. I'll tell you what, I could talk about someone has a master number 11, or maybe your personal year is 11. Justice is about cutting ties. With what? With something that's just no longer serving you. You may have been like pulled into tempted into lower type energy, and you're trying to decide whether that's good or whether that's not good. First thing I want to say with justice here is that's about finding that balance, right? Like if the scales are off kilter, then I have to look to figure out what is, where is the unbalance in my life, and what can I do about it? We have firm foundation. That's the Four of Pentacles. We have conflict and defeat. Rejoice in celebration. Interesting. The Three of Cups is mirroring justice over here. And I simply feel like there is something that, with conflict and defeat, first of all, it's the number 5, so that speaks of change. That's what the Hangman's looking for, some type of change, wanting to manifest something into his world, her world, but, when's the perfect timing? Well, first of all, I feel like pray over it, or meditate over it, whatever you want to do, but I do feel like, because conflict and defeat is here, but then you have rejoice and celebration, which, by the way, equals an 8, which means a new beginning. This is you definitely cutting something out that's just no longer serving you. Let's keep going. Patience, temperance, divine timing. Temperance's message or lesson is patience. Why do I have to have patience? Because I want to allow all good things to come together. If I push it before it's time, maybe it doesn't work out so much. Two major arcanas back to back there. We have patience and planning. So you have 2 cards of patience. Interesting. Also, number 7 is the year we're in. We're in a universal number, universal year 7. Look at this. So, under conflict and defeat, we have victory and success. So, whatever it is that justice is, let's just say, cutting out of your life, though I feel like, again, with conflict and defeat, there's no reason why. Listen, it doesn't mean it's easy, right? But I feel like the Hangman is like really concentrating on that 5, really wanting this change. And because the Magician is like paying attention to the Hangman, I feel like I can absolutely manifest something. I do feel like it's saying that you've had to have patience. But remember, sometimes the universe is waiting on you to make a decision about something or to make a change. And then when you do, it's like, boom, the 3 of Cups. Well, that's the energy of joy. Victory and success. It's like, I'm not going to let whatever or whoever is causing this conflict in my life, I'm not going to allow that to continue. Why? Because it's got me all hung up because it's like sucking the joy from my life. And then we have, well, hello, material harvest. You know, maybe for some of you, this could be a new job offer for some of you. I just feel that all of a sudden, like some of you may be getting a new job offer, could be a promotion. The meaning of this card is successful self-employment. So, you know, I feel like if there's anything that you want to bring to the table or bring to the world this year, this is the year. You know, and then think about it. Next year is going to be an 8 universal year, and 8s do speak about new beginnings. So I feel like maybe we're tying something, or I don't know if tying is the right word, like clearing up energy this year so that when this new beginning happens, we feel good in it. Material harvest. Mirrored by temperance. Divine timing. Patience, though, which moves into patience and planning. So as I'm being patient, I feel like the message is, it's not about being patient and doing nothing. It's about putting a plan together. Some of you could talk about even your home. You know, I mean, you have beautiful energy of not just material harvest, which means like seeing the fruits of your labor, celebrating the fruits of your labor, but also being, I feel like, amped up. Like, you know, let's say you have like a YouTube channel and you have like 10,000 subscribers. All of a sudden, I feel like there's a sharp increase. You know, but let's talk about that Nine of Pentacles, because I have to put my focus there. Maybe I need to make a plan. You know, and I feel like if anyone's telling you this is something you cannot do, interesting, 5 and 6 at 11, and we have an 11 over here. You know, why would I keep saying that? Well, when I see 11, a lot of times I think of a twin, but it certainly does not have to be. And really, we're not even really speaking of love yet. I have a feeling we will be, because love came out with Mother Mary. See what's on the bottom of the deck. Movement, choices, and decisions. Movement, choices, and decisions. It's like choosing a doorway. Interesting, because this has a pair of wedding rings, this door. This door, I can't really tell what that is. Looks like a balloon. I don't know. And then this door is like cloudy, right? So there may be some uncertainty there. I feel like if I'm looking for love, I'm going to choose this door. Maybe if I'm looking for success, I'm choosing this door. But this may be the path that teaches us more than anything. That path of uncertainty. But maybe, I don't know. I feel like, do I want to take that path? Well, that's got to be up to you, right? But there is movement. And then the choice becomes yours. Right? You got to make a decision. I feel like the only thing here that may be asking you to make a decision over something would be justice. So again, just the cutting of ties. Over what? Over this conflict and defeat. I know that you can, because right below it you have victory and success. And then you have material harvest, and you have the 3 of Cups, rejoice and celebration. So I feel like, you know, I'm cutting these ties, and then I feel like the universe responds and immediately gives me something to get excited about. All right, let's get, well, first I want to look under there. Okay, so we have the 4 of Cups. We have the Lovers also. Look at that. And then we have Destiny. Holy cow. And then we have Memories of Love. 6 of Cups. We have the Moon under that. But anyways, so we have the 6 of Cups. Then we have Destiny. That's your, you know, that's, to me, that's your soul seeds of intention. Then we have the Lovers. But then we have discontentment and boredom. So the Four of Cups, first of all, in the Four of Cups, really they're being handed a cup. And that cup is something that's going to fulfill you, no doubt. Like, it can be an emotional fulfillment. But in the Four of Cups, you know, it asks you to use your spiritual discernment as it relates to these decisions. You know, any decisions you're going to make. But this really is, well, it says it right on it, discontentment and boredom. So as I make these decisions, all it's saying is use your spiritual discernment. If you're unsatisfied with your life or an area of your life, I feel like this is an opportunity to make a change. I do feel like, you know, you're making a change, but I feel like you're making some type of change. Again, you're cutting ties with something or someone that just keeps you in that energy of defeat or conflict. But nonetheless, you come out the victor. But I feel like it all begins with the decision, because this is on the bottom of the deck. So making that decision. All right, let's bring in the Luminous Tarot and let's get deeper. Let's give it a couple shuffles. Okay, let's give them a cut. By the way, I just saw the Star card on the bottom of the deck. Your major arcana. Your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. Maybe for some of you, your prayers are being answered. Alright, let's start at the beginning. So we're going to connect the Devil to Justice to Temperance. We're really reading it all. We have the Six of Swords. Okay, well that makes sense, because coming over justice connected to the Devil, and can certainly talk about cutting ties with the Capricorn. You know, and if that's the case, you know, whatever, if this is a person, whoever I'm cutting ties with, again, is keeping me in the energy of like conflict and in my head. Where maybe I stop believing in myself. I stop believing that, you know, I can have this harvest, you know. But here you are in the Six of Swords. I feel like this is great news, because this is you looking at that five. You're looking at it, and you're making a decision whether to allow a change. Remember, fives are about change. Well, in the Six of Swords, that means that you decide to make that change. You decide to walk away from those who, you know, just have toxic energy. Doesn't mean they have to be bad people or anything like that. It just means that their energy and your energy aren't meshing in any area. You know what I mean? Because I can see this in work also. Anyway, moving on, moving up. There's a Six of Cups. Six of Cups. So it made its way out. We saw it on the bottom of the deck there. Two sixes, by the way. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Interesting. So Seven of Swords is coming right under, or right over, conflict and defeat. Seven of Swords speaks about can be untrustworthy energy. You know, the thief in the night type of energy. And I feel like, you know, if this is relating to like anything I want to add into my life, again, whether it be love with the Six of Cups there, you know, first of all, Six of Cups speaks about happy memories, treasured memories. Some of you, it could be the energy of like moving home. You know, maybe you are leaving someone and then you're actually moving. So Seven of Swords is, it's just energy that I couldn't trust. It's energy that kept me in conflict. And it's interesting because it's really touching the Hangman, and I feel like the Hangman is just saying, like, I don't want a repeat of what I've just been through. We have the Six of Wands again. Six of Wands now over the Three of Cups. And then we have the Hangman over Patience, over Temperance. Interesting. Look at that. 3 major arcanas right here. I just feel like, I just say this as a person. If there's someone I've been dealing with whose energy is just like, I feel like for whatever reason I can't trust, for whatever reason keeps me in conflict, makes me feel defeated. The Hangman needs to see that, right? The Magician is like requesting the Hangman to really see that. Don't keep yourself bound up by, what's not serving you or who's not treating you well, that type of energy. And I feel like the Hangman over Temperance is saying the same thing. Like, once I make this move, then I feel like everything kind of falls in place. I like the Six of Wands over the Three of Cups. Oh, let me bring this down. Because, again, this is a reason to celebrate. And then the Six of Wands is the energy of victory. You have it twice. But this is also the energy, I feel like, where people are looking up to you because of actions, not necessarily words. Now, it can be your words, but you would be speaking of the actions that you have taken. I just feel like if there's anyone around you who just carries that type of energy, and again, untrustworthy energy doesn't mean it has to be a cheater. But, it's like they want to take a piece of your success. Some of you, I feel like this is talking about also someone of your past who may have carried that energy. Maybe they're making a repeat appearance and you're wondering, should I even? Should I even? All right, let's keep going. We have the King of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. King of Pentacles coming over patience and planning. Well, that would be the perfect king, because this is a king that would make a plan. This is a king who holds his cards very close to his chest. This king in the upright does speak of loyalty. I don't feel this king could live in the energy of, like worrying if someone's being truthful and honest with me. Like, if they're not, then maybe they just gotta go. Or maybe I gotta go. With the Knight of Cups. So, an unexpected couple fulfillment. You can't plan for it, right? It happens in, let's just say, divine timing. But it is coming over the Six of Wands. So again, when you're in that energy of feeling victorious. And listen, sometimes, like, we say, oh, you got to cut out what's toxic. It doesn't even have to be like a person. It can just be my own thoughts. Like, maybe I've dealt with energy that was untrustworthy, and I just want to make sure that I don't repeat that. I don't want to repeat that. Some of you may be connected, or a King of Pentacles. Doesn't have to be earth sign, but it could be like from your childhood. You may be hearing from them. When? Well, again, it's unexpected. Let's follow that. Look at that, with the Nine of Pentacles over the Nine of Pentacles. How interesting. Listen, I feel like as it relates to your money, your career, self-employment, promotions, I feel like you're being blessed. Now, I'm saying you're being blessed, but I feel like it's because you put in the work. And then the Six of Wands over there, it's a very alluring type energy. It is where other people are looking up to you. Why? Again, because of your actions. Well, there's the Six of Swords over here, right? I'm leaving the toxic energy behind. If there's anything or anyone that, seems to want to rob my joy, you got to go. And some of you, this could certainly talk about, because we have the Knight of Cups, unexpected. This could talk about someone who works in the same field that you work in. Again, that can be wide open, but I do feel like there must be some similarity here. This king may be bringing in his cup, and it could be like a job offer or, hey, let's collaborate together type of energy. He is carrying the Six of Cups above him. So this cup with the Knight of Cups is coming into the Nine of Pentacles, material harvest, and then a reason to celebrate. Okay, I want to go one more after that. Three of Swords, not what I was expecting. Why the Three of Swords? Why the Three of Swords right now? Why? We have the Page of Wands, and then we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so I feel like this Three of Swords is old energy, old heartbreak. It doesn't mean that you don't still feel it in some way. But I feel like, what I want to be careful of, because again, this Knight of Cups is moving towards you, and it's giving you, it's like this Knight is saying, I'm coming in, I'm bringing this cup. Whether you take it or not will be up to you. But with rejoice and celebration, again, the Three of Cups, it's something to be, everything is positive around it. Except for the Seven of Swords. So again, I feel like there could be a person who wants to steal your joy, so to speak. But you can't allow that. Anyways, I feel like the Three of Swords is just talking about, because of the Three of Swords, I may have created it's a self-created prison. And the only one who can set you free from it is you. And then with that, we have the Page of Wands. And that's exactly what the Page of Wands would do. Page of Wands would be like, yeah, I'm going to take a chance in that cup. Page of Wands wouldn't overthink it. I think of the Fool when I think of the Page of Wands. And then I think of in the Page of Wands, like, yeah, I've probably fallen. I've probably failed at some things, but I learned. I'm learning from them, and I get back up. I feel like the Page of Wands always gets back up. Maybe this is speaking of finding that fire within you again, that desire, that, what you're passionate for, and moving in that direction. And not allow yourself, especially with the Seven of Swords here, that goes into the Eight of Swords. It's like somebody else's energy could keep me trapped in a certain type of energy for longer than needs to be. All right, let's pull these down here And let's go in between and connect them all. And we're just kind of letting these guys hang out. Let's connect them. So, you know, Temperance is down here with the Hangman saying, hang on. Well, hang on, but I feel like now's the time. You know, maybe I've had patience for something. But listen, sometimes it's because there's just certain things that I need to clear up in my own life. And when I do clear them up, the universe responds in kind. Chariot. We're in the year of the Chariot. Unlimited potential. And I got to know that. You know, sometimes it just means I have unlimited potential. This is about balance, right? Justice is asking for balance, while the Chariot would have balance. I just feel like it's go time, where like things have been on hold. I feel like things are now moving again. But listen, I feel like you have a lot to do with that. Card of Cancer, by the way. We have Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, Sagittarius right there, all in the line. Well, hello, Star. So this started on the bottom of the deck and it made its way out. This is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. You know, it's interesting because above it is the Six of Cups. And sometimes it just means keep your thoughts. Like, you know, if my thoughts tend to go to a dark place, bring them back to, like, happy memories. You know, and if this is speaking in any way of, like, a relationship moving forward, I feel like, you know, once I deal with this untrustworthy energy, I see it for what it is, and I know that you do because, again, you have this movement, and it is like the universe is waiting on you, because it's like, here comes this movement in the Six of Swords, and boom, then there's a Chariot. Where when we started, Temperance is saying, well, hang on there a minute. Hang on there a minute. It's not time for the Chariot to come in. First, this has to be looked at and dealt with. Always. You know what I mean? There's no way around it. But anyways, hello, Star. It's your major arcana. Now that ties you directly to this King and to the Six of Cups. The World. So, not only is this Knight of Cups bringing you in a couple fulfillment, but it literally feels like it changes your world. And I don't like to be so, like, extreme, like your world is changing. But literally, it feels like your world is changing for the better. You know, I feel like the Chariot and the World don't show up until you're ready for it. Why? Well, because the World energy is a very spiritual type energy. You know, these Seven of Swords, these people who've been untrustworthy, energy has been untrustworthy. We have to be careful because if we remember we're spiritual beings, so we really can overcome really anything. And when we realize that, I feel like that's when everything starts to open up. So this cup is something important. And listen, it's on part of your dreams. Hello, Ace of Wands. So wherever we've been stagnant, now we're in movement. I love that the Ace of Wands showed up because I feel like all day long the Ace of Wands is a yes. You know, you have to reach out and grab this ace. But this talks about like the potential of what type of path you're walking down next. And wands, well, kind of makes sense, you know, would be passionate and desirable. I feel like it's putting you at the top of your game. Like you're at the top of your game. All right, I want to look at a couple things. I have the King of Swords. I wasn't ready to even name the cards that I wanted to look at, but let's just put them here. So, King of Swords, probably you, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Well, it is kind of coming right over Libra, but it's also coming right over you. There's the Fool. So, that 5 of Swords, that 7 of Swords, that's going away. I mean, I guess you have to allow it, right? You have to make the choice. You have to make the decision. But I feel like once you do, everything begins. The Fool's free and clear. I am not pulling yesterday's energy into my today or my tomorrow. This could be someone that I used to know, and the opportunity perhaps for it, something to come back together. Well, let's keep going. There's Temperance again. Beautiful. And then hello, 10 of Cups. Wow. How interesting, because I feel like we start this reading in some heavier energy, right? Like some energy where there's people around us that are untrustworthy, where they're causing conflict in my life, where it's affecting, what I feel like are my blessings. And then I feel like, but Temperance is saying, because remember, again, patience, but also divine timing. That means things happen at the right time. But I do feel like with the Hangman here and the Hangman here, Temperance is saying the universe has just put things on hold until you're able to clear up certain energy, which the Fool tells me you do. And then that divine responds immediately. I become the Fool. I say yes to this Ace, whatever it may be. For some of you, it's work related. And listen, maybe love comes into the picture. Some of you, it could be like an opportunity, like a dream job to work from home. Whatever Temperance is, that perfect recipe she's been mixing together. Ultimately, what does it produce? The 10 of Cups. The house of harmony. The house of love. Laughter. Joy. Doesn't mean there's no issues in this house. But these people will work it out. Work it out together. It's almost like Temperance is saying, if this is speaking about love, and I do feel like, someone is saying, like, I don't want to repeat what I've been through. Or I don't want to attract like what I've been attracting. Well, that means my vibration needs to raise. And once my vibration raises, which cutting away all this fat will immediately raise your vibration, immediately brings you to that full energy, which is free and childlike. And, the Fool always wants to take a leap. Like, I'm just going to take a leap of faith. But Temperance is saying you're ready. All right. And 10 of Pentacles, or 10 of Cups is coming right over the World. So let's just go right below them. We have the 2 of Wands. So very much like the Fool. First of all, we have the Ace of Wands. Now we have the 2 of Wands. So I feel like absolutely you take that Ace. You agree to that Ace. You make the decision to move perhaps in a different direction. Maybe with different people. That type of thing. Whatever it may be. Again, this is a very desirable path. And then hello, Sun. Well, let me tell you why the Sun's important right now. First of all, it's a card of Leo. But the Sun is coming under Temperance. So, complete illumination. If my eyes are wide open. Remember, in the Age of Swords, my eyes aren't open. I feel like I'm bound to something, but you're not. It's illusionary. You know, it's illusionary. It doesn't mean change is easy, but it definitely feels change is worthwhile here. And I'm saying that because the Sun, mirrored now by the Seven of Swords, untrustworthy energy, the thief in the night type of thing. Well, listen, the Sun will illuminate anyone who is in that type of energy for you. Like if they're not good for you, or if something is not good for you, Divine's going to let you know. But I feel like you already know. That's the thing. I feel like you figure it out. You make the necessary changes, and I feel like the universe just responds. It feels like immediately. In the Sun's energy, you know, it's like childlike, it's playful type energy. You know, it can speak of, you know, we have the Six of Cups here. Again, it can speak of someone that, you know, I grew up with. They may just be coming in unexpectedly. Again, because this cup, the Knight of Cups, is the one night that we really can't plan. But what we can do is, you know, if our own vibration is of a higher nature, then that is what must meet me. If it doesn't, your eyes will be wide open. You would know. I don't feel like this Seven of Swords is talking about, not, you know, it doesn't mean that somebody may not have been, somebody could have been untrustworthy back in the day, but I don't feel like that would be the case now, because Temperance over that. It's almost like your protection, your spiritual protection. What am I holding? The Knight of Cups. You know, so this Knight says, I'm going to bring you in a cup. And what's right above it? The Ten of Cups. It may start at the Ace, especially because we have the Ace of Wands and then the Two of Wands. But listen, I feel like then things move. All right, let's keep going, because I want to look under the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Wands. We have the Ten of Wands, but it did reverse itself. I'm keeping it in an upright, but I'm reading it both ways. First of all, what I love is that the Knight of Cups is helping to end this period. Ten of Wands speaks about a period of time where it just felt like all the responsibilities were on your shoulders. You know, it's trying to push like all these wands up a hill. Often feeling the Ten of Wands, subconsciously wishing for a tower to help me make a change. I think that's why we saw it in reverse first. So this Knight of Cups really seems to change your life. At least it helps lighten the load, let's say. We have the Devil again. So for some of you, interesting, because we have the Devil here, card of Capricorn, then the Six of Cups, the Fool, the Two of Wands, and then the King. So for some of you, could certainly talk about Capricorn. Capricorn may be somewhere in your chart, or in their chart, let's say. You know, I often feel like if you look at, like especially in this one, the Devil's card, and you'll see this in most of the tarot decks, it looks like the people in the Devil's card are the lovers. But here, look at their chains, like a chains around their neck. Maybe I feel like I was tied to someone. And truth be told, I'm not tied to anyone. That's a lot of Capricorn. That's a lot of Capricorn. Okay, I want to go above them. I probably should have started above them. Oh, hello. We have the Knight of Swords. That kind of makes sense because I feel like this knight is bringing in some type of communication. I do feel like this knight carries truth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not coming, if this is communication coming towards you, it's not someone coming in that is, going to fill your head full of lies. Why? Because I feel like you would see it too quickly. You would see it too quickly. But I do feel like this is some type of communication. And then we have the Death card. Card of Scorpio. This could certainly talk about this communication comes in and it could immediately close a chapter, but it's so a new chapter can open. The Death card speaks about endings so that there can be a rebirth in your life, so that you can, live closer to your dreams and manifest. You know what I mean? Like, I got to look at like the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Wands. Very hard to manifest out of that type of energy. Or if I am, I may be like, I keep bringing back the same thing. Well, then I need to look at that because that may be a repeat pattern. And I may have so much more control than I thought. And again, I feel like it's believing in yourself. And I feel like, I've had enough of a certain type of energy, whether it's an individual. Death card is like, nope. If you're untrustworthy, I'm putting an end to it. And what that's doing for me is allowing me to have a rebirth. In what areas of your life? Maybe all areas of your life. Remember, we had the World card that does talk about the next chapter. 2 Nine of Pentacles. Success. Probably two people who, again, are in similar type. If this is talking about someone coming in, could be two people who are in like similar type businesses. This king may also come in and like offer, like in some way, like an offer that helps I feel like increase your abundance, whatever that may mean. But I do feel that like this king, it may be this king where I hear this communication from. And don't forget, this king is also carrying the Knight of Cups. Forget the sign. Let's think about this king for a second. Because we have the Seven of Swords, which is untrustworthy energy, when the King of Cups comes in the upright, I feel like it's one of the most loyal kings. And then we have the King of Swords, who, listen, I demand that the people in my life be honest with me, have integrity. And if you don't, then chances are you cannot stay in my life anymore. Death card is I'm putting an end to the things that have held me from, again, I feel like my blessings. Temperance is like, just close the door. And I promise you, a new door will open. Not only that, but it's opening with the sun's energy. So again, everything's illuminated. If there's a snake, well, it can't hide in the sun. All right, let's keep going. It's interesting because I feel like it's speaking of your career, but also, and when I say career, also your creativity, because some of you do work from home or will have like this fantastic opportunity to work from home. But I also feel like it's speaking of potential, well, I want to say love, because the Knight of Cups is here and the Ten of Cups is here. But again, it may be something that's starting at the beginning. Well, hello, Ace of Cups. I mean, come on. Temperance is like giving you, Temperance is showing you. If the Ace of Cups is what I wish for, let's just say. Because we did see the Star card. So if it's part of my wish, to have this Ace of Cups, which would represent unconditional love. Temperance is saying, when you close the door, and I know I say this all the time, but it could not be more clear. Like, when I close the door to the people and the situations that are robbing me of my joy, boom, the universe responds immediately. I close the door. And remember, the death card guarantees you that another door will open, but the last door needs to be closed. And boom, there's the Ace of Cups. By the way, also touching the Magician, also touching the Ten of Cups. Hello. Interesting. I just like these readings this month. I just want to go on and on and on and on. We have the Eight of Cups, and then we have the Two of Pentacles. So the Eight of Cups speaks about your emotional house, and just really getting it in order. You know, I don't even feel like we have to speak long about this, because I feel like you know what it means. It's just like, you know, like if I'm trying, how do I say this? Well, I feel like this has been a decision of whether you're walking away from a certain type of energy. Again, that would mean it's emotional, but also lands in my head with the Eight of Swords. Eight of Cups, though, if I'm able to at least have emotional clarity. This person's walking to the Nine of Cups, and they are walking away from those cups. And then the Two of Pentacles, again, puts a decision right on your lap. You know, and I feel like with the Two of Pentacles, you know, they call it the Juggler's card. But I feel like how I look at this is I say to myself, well, this Ace, which is Knight of Cups, said it was going to bring in, can't expect it. In a way you can, though, because I feel like it's saying when a door is closed, immediately I feel like the universe responds in the best of ways. So anyways, what was I going to say? So the Two of Pentacles to me is like when I'm making a decision about something, I want to look at it and say, you know, if it's a person, like, will they expand my world? Will they help, expand my soul? Or are they going to deplete me? Or are they here to try to defeat me? That type of energy. Temperance feels like, you know, I feel like by the time you get to that point, you should know. You should know pretty quickly. Okay. I feel like I am not done yet, but I do feel like, you know, again, this king is the one who is sending in this night. It doesn't have to be an earth sign, but I do feel like it's someone who would be loyal. Someone that you could trust. And it may be someone of the past. Doesn't have to be. But it is unexpected, in a way. Because in a way, it's not. You know, it's like simply, boom, the door is closed, boom, the Ace shows up. Temperance says, move away from that toxic energy. You do it. Boom, the Fool's there, free and clear, ready to take a leap. Temperance is like, I'm so proud of you. Boom, there's the Ten of Cups. Do I think it goes right into the Ten of Cups? No, it probably starts at the Ace and eventually becomes the Ten of Cups, if I allow it. I don't know why I'm holding on to the Hangman. Oh, I was going to pick these up. So I want to pick these up, because I feel like this is talking about not just love, though I do feel like it's talking about love, but also your finances, your creativity, like your creative house. I wish I knew what was going on, because I feel like your creative house is on fire. And then I feel like, whatever opportunity is coming towards you, and, especially if it's love, I feel like the two of you are probably very similar, or will have like we reconnect if we're, if this is someone of the past, or we connect and we start having these discussions and we find that we've gone through such similar situations. Why am I saying that? I have a feeling there must be a soulmate energy. So what I want to do is I just want to pick everything up, and let's do one more spread. Let's pick everything up. Let's do one more spread. And I'm going to use the light seers. And what we're doing is I'm just looking at going from that Ace of Cups to the Ten of Cups. I want to know about those two Nine of Pentacles. I want to know about that King who is bringing in that Knight of Cups, or is sending in that cup, let's say. We know the cup arrives because we saw it. We can say we don't know when, but in a way I feel like the universe is giving us a little bit of a sign here. When you're ready. And what does that mean? Well, why would the universe want you to be ready? So that you can have the best chance at creating that Ten of Cups. That's energy. It's love. It's joy. It's laughter. And it feels like everything before that, like the Seven of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Ten of Wands, was the opposite. I feel like I'm going to be saying, that was my old life, Sandy. This is now my new life. All right, so going from that energy, tell us more. Tell us more. Tell me more, tell me more. Five of Swords. Judgment. It's your spiritual team calling you to the present moment. Why? Because some type of rebirth wants to happen in your life. We already know that. Five of Swords makes sense, right? Because again, change. There's that toxic energy. Has no place in the next chapter. That's what your spiritual team wants you to know. Also, it's, I feel like this is a sense of comfort that you will be guided, and you are always guided. Doesn't mean we always pay attention to the signs. Sometimes we're like, you want me to make a change, but it feels like it'd be difficult. It probably temporarily may be difficult, but the promises and the gifts and the blessings after the fact, I feel like make it worthwhile. So I don't feel like we have a lot of time here. Well, I should say that a different way. Because Judgment is calling you to the present moment. So, there's some type of sign that's going to head your way to help guide you. She's connecting to her higher self, as above, so below. Where's heaven? Heaven's on earth. The Empress, beautiful. And I feel like it only makes sense that you would arrive at the Empress's energy, because, if I'm just cutting out all the fat, I'm cutting out what I know is not working, right? The Empress knows, like, I feel it, I know it. The Empress receives inspired epiphanies, and she's sitting right next to Judgment, again, your spiritual team. So, there is a sign that's coming your way, and it's not just about receiving the sign, it's about giving birth to it. It's like she's in her third trimester. The Empress is when I reach a certain vibration of trusting my energy over all. You know what I mean? Like, if I trust my instinct, if I trust my intuition, then the chances of me going back into something that wouldn't serve me become less and less and less and less. The Empress is someone who is very strong, very wise. Doesn't have to be old when I say that. You know, you can live a lot of life. I lived a lot of life, you know, by the time I was 40. I forget what I was going to say after that. 2 to 3. To me, that means progression. We have the Queen of Pentacles, so we saw the King of Pentacles. Again, forget about the sign. To me, it just means like-minded. You know, like-minded but different at the same time, because the King of Pentacles is someone who looks at the big picture, where the Queen of Pentacles is someone who reads the details that other people miss. That's one of her specialties. Coming right next to the Empress, that can be you, and one of your specialties. How did you get to that point? Through your own experiences. We have the Tower coming under the Five of Swords, so don't freak out. That's a good thing. You know, and I feel like this is like where I felt earlier, like even if, like, I want to make the changes, but I'm fearful. I feel like sometimes subconsciously we wish for a Tower. You know, it's like the universe is saying, make the change or we're going to help you make it. And that can sound scary, but it's not. Justice under judgment. I have no doubt that's you cutting those ties. Look at that, the Star. So there you are, right under the Empress. Again, we see you. And then Temperance. Wow. You know, if you don't think Divine's got a hand in your life, I feel like you would be wrong. Temperance mirroring the Tower. How do it's hard to guarantee, but how do I have the best shot to live a better life? That Five of Swords is everything. Because that's where I have to start. Make the change. And then just watch what the universe is going to do for you. Temperance sitting right next to your dreams. All in divine timing, my dear. All in divine timing. In a way, I feel like, the universe may send this Tower or has sent this Tower, but it's only for your benefit. Again, it's not to hurt you in any way. It is for your benefit. But I feel at the same breath like I don't even need that Tower because if I make those changes on my own, well then, again, the universe responds quickly. Boom, judgment. I'll rebirth. Okay, let's go right below them. I don't want to make your reading ridiculously long, but I'm just not ready to end it yet. You know, it's interesting, Aquarius, because I feel like this is speaking about a lot of different things for you. Like this Queen of Pentacles, she's holding this big old pentacle right under Temperance. So I know for some of you, it is talking about like an increase in your money, job opportunities, or the opportunity to work from home. Like, you know, whatever it is that you dream about, whatever it is your wish. I in no way think this is only talking about love, because I feel like your money, your creativity, that part of you, like being alive, I feel like makes you feel alive. And I feel like anytime we're in our creative house, I feel like naturally that opens us up to like all kinds of great energy. All right, but let's take 4 more right underneath. 3 swords. Under the Tower, under the 5 swords. I mean, I just feel like you've had enough. You've had enough. And then look at this, the Chariot. Man, it feels like such a blessing. But I'm not going to lie and say it's just a piece of cake to allow my dreams to come true. It does require some work for me, right? It does. I need to clear this past energy because Judgment's saying rebirth. The Chariot. It's moving you away from that 3 of Swords energy. It's moving you away from. Nine of Pentacles again. Do not sit on those epiphanies you receive. You may be like, I keep getting these ideas, but then you're afraid to use them. Write them down as they come in, because I feel like you're receiving a lot of epiphanies. And I feel like this is about we saw the Ace of Cups that goes into the 10 of Cups, but this is also talking about real success. This is a very independent nature. Again, doesn't mean I can't be in love in that energy, but what it means is I can take care of me. And I feel like this is really an opportunity to do what you love. Again, this Queen, she's just holding that big old pentacle. And then here it is. Here it is. Successful self-employment. I don't feel like this is a miracle, so to speak, because, you've put the work in. Or you're willing to put the work in. Let's say it hasn't even begun yet. You're telling the universe, I'm willing and I'm able. And the universe is saying, well, we're going to help you. We're going to send you these inspired epiphanies. And they're inspired because they're meant for you to take action with them. But, I mean, how nice and how comforting to know that you are going to be guided. The Empress has her eyes wide open. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Beautiful. That's a very compassionate and empathetic type energy. The 6 of Pentacles to me is where, especially in the 9 of Pentacles, like I'm really creating success for myself. And I may, I understand that when I can give back, when I give back to mankind, that, and listen, I don't mean this in an egotistical way, but that it only helps me, right? So I feel like you're making more than you even need, so giving it, helping the underdog. Some of you, it may be a business that you're moving into. Then we have the 5 of Cups. So 5 of Cups speaks about someone of the past. It speaks about really where my focus is at. And in this energy, I feel like it's simply saying, don't be in the energy of woe is me, because woe is not you. Maybe woe was you, but it doesn't feel like it has any place in your future, unless you put it there. So the 5 of Cups, again, 5, change. I move out of that energy, and what happens? There's 2 cups that are discovered. I didn't plan them. I didn't even expect them. But nonetheless, the universe provides. And then you have the Three of Wands. It's in reverse. So I feel like it's simply a change of mind. Three of Wands is looking at the world with all that can be. I'm not putting any limits on any ships that may be coming my way. I know they're coming my way. I trust that they're coming my way. And I'm being proactive in my life at the same time. It is in reverse though. So it can simply talk about moving from that type of energy again. You know, listen, if it's talking about a person, you know, stay hopeful. Now, if it's talking about a person, this person would be of the same vibration or a higher, you know, like I feel like your vibration lifts, you know, as the Fool. It automatically, it's like there's no weight holding you down. It's like you're light as a feather. So these fives just are no longer serving you. That's all. You know, and the fives, I feel like maybe, you know, your viewpoint had changed from positive to negative. But this is moving back into that positive type energy. Okay. Not quite done yet, I know. But I'm just going to take some cards right down the middle. So anything else that wants to come out, now is the time. There's the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. We saw the Eight of Cups. Now we have the Nine of Cups. Not only the Nine of Cups, but we also have the Nine of Pentacles. Listen, some of you, you broke up with someone and you're spending some time, you know, maybe single. But I feel like it's not energy I want to cry over, because I feel like in this energy, you know, the Nine of Cups talks about really starting to love your life again. This is about inner harmony. I don't need someone else to bring me that harmony. I have it myself. But we did see the Ten of Cups. So I kind of love that you have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Now that Nine of Cups is coming over the Tower. King of Swords. Five of Pentacles. It was in reverse though. And then the Four of Wands. Well, hello. So this is the marriage card. They call it the marriage card. You can just call it the commitment card. This is love. This is love in its highest form, I feel. You know, it's interesting because in the Five of Pentacles, yeah, I may have had to accept a Tower's energy. But again, it may have felt like a curse, but it's actually a blessing. So this is talking about moving into the energy with someone who, listen, they want to be with you. Everyone in this energy wants to be with the other. There's no doubt. You know, I don't even feel like there's fear if I'm able to clear the past energy. Doesn't mean like there might not be a little bit of fear, because that's natural, right? But again, the Fool's like, I still move forward. It's interesting because I feel like two people, again, similar experiences where both of them may have like dealt with a Tower, but ultimately I feel like the Tower for both of them is really moving them closer together. Love at its highest form. Sometimes, you know, especially with the Empress right there, like, you know, I want my love life to be all that it can be, right? But that means that I need to be all that I can be, right? Because wherever I'm vibrating at is what's going to vibrate back to me. The Empress, I think it's really important we understand that the Empress doesn't hold on to the past. Neither does the Fool. The Fool has amnesia. I forget about it. Forget about it. So, and it's interesting because I'm looking at the Empress and her eyes are closed. She looks like she's just, she's standing up, but she looks like she's just lying there kind of daydreaming. And what you daydreaming? Well, there's the Four of Wands. And by the way, the Four of Wands is coming over your card of the Star and also Temperance of divine timing. It just makes sense. Like, if we want the highest vibration of love on this human planet, then where my vibration is at is 9/10 of the law. I just feel like someone's coming in. Someone is unexpectedly offering a cup of fulfillment, whether it be love, opportunity. I feel like it's everything. Because I just feel like this is your month. But more than that, because I feel like once I do make those changes, and once I start moving into the energy of rebirth, and once I start trusting the signs that are being sent to me, because remember, that Empress, she's being sent signs, and then she gives birth to them. Abundance, love, harmony, inner harmony, harmony together with someone. Simply, I know what is not working in my life. And I just have to make the decision of how I want my life to look. And then make inspired actions to move it in that direction. When you do that, the universe is promising you, as you close doors that no longer serve you, we're going to open up the next door. And that next door just feels abundant and full of love. This may be the year, this could even be the month that you meet someone or you reconnect with someone that you may eventually marry or move in together. It's interesting because I'm noticing like the big tent of the circus. And it's just bringing me back to like when I was young and we'd have fairs, in the summer here. And I mean, as a teenager, that was the place to go, right? That's where you saw all your friends and, had little summer romances. So for some, I feel like there may have been like a summer romance. And maybe it just didn't work out past that point. 5 and 4, 9, and a 9 over here. Okay, I want to read from Mother Mary. But let's start with prayer. Prayer. This card reminds you of prayer's powerful and positive effect and asks you to apply it to your present situation. This is especially true if you feel stuck, confused, powerless, or in any pain. Surrender these feelings to heaven and ask for divine intervention. Then listen carefully for God's messengers, the angels, who deliver his guidance to you in the forms of feelings, signs, ideas, visions, and dreams. When you worry about a situation, you actually draw to it more negativity and feelings of paralyzing victimhood. So, worrying gives you more things to worry about. In contrast, when you pray, you draw upon the most powerful force in the universe. Mother Mary reminds you to turn worries into prayers by saying, God, please help me with, and then pouring your heart out about your cares and concerns. You'll notice an emotional release upon praying as you shift from fear to faith. Amen. All right, let's read love, which, by the way, is right next to marriage. We have the marriage card. This card reminds you that feeling loved is your true desire, and this very condition is continuously offered to you by God, Jesus, Mother Mary, and the angels. Surround your current situation and relationships with love, which will loosen the bonds of ego attachments. When you pray for love to heal your situation, God sends angels to your side. Mother Mary counsels you to use only loving words when you speak, think, or write. Avoid pessimistic discussions with yourself or others, as it's essential for you to surround yourself with the highest energy available. By doing so, you'll witness miraculous healings, experience new opportunities, and attract wonderful relationships. Wow, that's everything your reading has said. So, I'm going to let that be and just say I thank you. Much gratitude for all that you do for the channel. And that you even watch these long readings. I know that they're long, but, it's just the way I read. And I did try doing shorter readings, but it didn't feel fulfilling to me. So if it didn't feel fulfilling to me, I don't feel like it was fulfilling for you. My readings are not just about, what's going on, but like, how can my life be better? What can I do to bring in my blessings? And that takes time, right? That takes some time, at least at my table. At my table, it does. Anyways, so I thank you for your patience with time. And I just thank you for every way you help the channel. I love you guys. I will see you next time at our table. I may do this as a live premiere. So I may see some of you at the premiere. Otherwise, I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.